Back when Cade Cunningham was selected first overall in 2021, scouts labeled him a basketball genius and a true franchise-altering talent.
Cade Cunningham to the basket. Hooks on the run, hits it. Count that baby and a foul.
And then for 3 straight seasons, silence. He missed out on the Rookie of the Year hardware. Health issues cut his sophomore campaign short after only 12 appearances. Then came year 3, wasted on a historically awful Pistons squad that endured a humiliating 28-game skid. We even saw a high-profile head coach get terminated just 1 season into a record-breaking deal. Cade was posting impressive stat lines, but they felt empty because Detroit was essentially a joke. So when the MVP chatter started heating up this year, I understand the hesitation. We have watched this story play out plenty of times. A talented kid on a struggling roster strings together a few wins, and suddenly everyone crowns him the next icon. But the rest of the league isn't hesitating now. They are terrified, because what Cade is showcasing is the emergence of a player type that is nearly impossible to contain.
Bucket there from the rookie. Cunningham with an emphatic finish and the foul.
Ever since Cunningham was selected first overall in 2021, the potential was visible, particularly during the lowest points. Those struggles confirmed he was a rare find in this league, a genuine franchise cornerstone. And listen, Cade isn't a physical freak of nature like Wemby. He wasn't a viral sensation destined for stardom at 15 like Zion or Cooper Flagg. The skill is undeniable, of course, but it is the mental makeup underneath that distinguishes him. The calmness, the endurance, the sense of duty. That duty is automatic when you go number 1. The noise, the waiting, the desperate hope of a city, the crushing weight of expectations, usually placed on a roster that isn't prepared. You are expected to be the answer before the question is even fully understood. And Detroit? That was more than a reconstruction. That was the abyss. They say a man's true character isn't shown at the summit. It is shown when you are flat on your back, rattled, questioning how much more punishment you can endure. That is the instant where people either quit or rise. Cade Cunningham survived that moment. For 28 consecutive games. During the 2023-24 campaign, the Pistons dropped an NBA record 28 straight contests. Every single night, Cade was there. He didn't disengage, he didn't mentally check out, he didn't hide from the failure, and you could witness how heavy that burden was. Following their 25th loss in a row, Cunningham left the court struggling to hold back tears. Detroit ultimately ended up 14-68. The poorest season the franchise has ever seen. Yet that nightmare poured the concrete for the foundation. What seemed like a wasted year turned into small strides, then genuine improvement, then something nobody foresaw this quickly. Last season, the Pistons took their first major jump. 44 victories, their first postseason berth since 2019, and a tough 6-game first-round battle against the New York Knicks. Rather than rushing the process or trading for a quick fix, Detroit remained patient. They improved on the edges. Duncan Robinson, a sniper who opens up the lane and hits threes when the defense swarms Cade. Karis LeVert, a seasoned playmaker who can generate his own offense and relieve the star. Javonte Green, pure hustle and defense off the bench. Intelligent signings, experienced voices, but ultimately, it is Cade's team. Detroit didn't hunt for a second superstar who might conflict with their main guy. They provided Cunningham with the help he required and let him operate. And today, there are no tears in Detroit. The Pistons currently hold first place in the Eastern Conference. Only the defending champion Oklahoma City Thunder possess a superior record in the whole league. Their 13-game win streak from October 29 to November 24 equaled a franchise best. This marks the latest point in a calendar year that Detroit has controlled the East Cup seed since 2005. Fittingly, that was the last time they made the NBA Finals. This is no longer a shock. It is validation. The Pistons' belief in Cade Cunningham has been rewarded. What Detroit possesses in their 6'6" floor general is an athlete who ticks every box. He puts up 26.7 points a night. He generates 9.7 assists per game, ranking second in the NBA, trailing only Nikola Jokic. He reads the defense early, hits the open man with precision, makes rapid decisions, locks in on defense, and most crucially, he thrives in those tight late-game situations where someone has to take command.
1:45 to play, 4-point game. Cunningham pulls and hits. Cade Cunningham, mid-range of 7.
You can sense the energy on the floor, and you can see it away from the game too, especially inside the locker room. Cade's selflessness is authentic. He pushes the credit elsewhere, treats himself as an equal to his teammates, and because of that, the Pistons rally behind them. These guys honestly want to battle for him. They have faith in the culture he is establishing. As head coach J.B. Bickerstaff described it, he can eat without taking food off your plate. The origins of this evolution, the jump from a talented top pick to a genuine franchise icon, go back to a strange source, the 2023-24 season. That year was so harsh it barely feels real. It was essentially Cade's second full campaign after a shin fracture held him to only 12 games a year prior. Detroit dropped 28 consecutive games. Yet in the middle of that gloom, Cunningham was a steady light. Throughout that losing streak, he was frequently the best player on the hardwood, regardless of the competition. He posted 43 points, then 41, scored 33 twice, tallied 31 three times, and averaged nearly 8 assists across those 28 defeats. Everything surrounding him was shaky. The coaching, the front office, the morale. The weight of losing destroyed the organization. Monty Williams didn't survive it, getting fired after one season with 5 years and $65 million remaining on his contract. But Cade survived. It was the way he navigated that season, the consistency, the leadership, and the refusal to quit that placed the Pistons on their current path. At the very least, Detroit emerged from the wreckage knowing one thing: they had a face of the franchise, a pillar to build upon. If last season was his breakout as an all-star and playoff leader, this season represents something greater. Cunningham's rhythm on the court is fluid and steady. He doesn't monopolize the ball unless the situation demands it. He generates openings without forcing the issue. Watch him operate a pick and roll. It is about the timing, the composure, and the discipline. He allows the play to unfold. He scans the defense and makes the correct choice, even if it means passing up a good shot for a great one. That is the distinction between a pure scorer and a floor general. Cade is both. He has played point guard for his entire 4-year career despite being an elite bucket getter. But this season, his passing has ascended to a completely different tier. The numbers tell the whole story. He averaged 5.6 assists as a rookie, 6 in his injury-shortened sophomore year, 7.5 in 2023-24, and then leapt to over 9 assists per game while guiding Detroit to a playoff berth. And he is still maintaining that 9+ average this season too. But he isn't just distributing. Cunningham is posting career highs in points, steals, blocks, and three-pointers made. He is affecting the game in every single area. His rise mirrors the Pistons' return to relevance. Last season, they exceeded their total wins from the previous 2 years combined. Now, they're facing a reality that once seemed impossible, becoming the team to beat in the Eastern Conference.
Cade stops topside, fires for 3, and it's through. Count that baby, and a foul. A chance for
Cade Cunningham had already established he could fill up the scoring column. Now he has demonstrated something far more lethal. He can command the game and pilot a genuine contender at an MVP level. He almost certainly won't take home the hardware this season, not with Nikola Jokic putting together another historic campaign or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander having a season arguably superior to his MVP year last time around. The voting landscape is tough, but Cade has officially muscled his way into the discussion. According to Fox Sports, Cunningham holds the third best MVP odds at plus 800. He was named the Eastern Conference Player of the Month for November and is currently averaging 26.7 points, 6.2 rebounds, 9.7 assists, and 1.5 steals per night. He is doing all this while shooting slightly lower percentages than last year, and that is the terrifying part. If his efficiency ticks up even a fraction, Cade has a legitimate shot to become just the 8th player in NBA history to average at least 28 points and 9 assists over a full season. The impact is undeniable. When Cunningham is on the court, the Pistons are 9.9 points better compared to when he rests. He also leads the roster in minutes by a significant margin at 35.6 per game. No other teammate even cracks 30. Detroit operates through him. Everything stems from Cade. His teammates understand the burden he shoulders. Isaiah Stewart noted, "When you're the head of it, you got a lot of responsibility. He shows up for us every single game. That's a lot on his shoulders, but he's built for it." That mentality didn't waver after Detroit's 6-game first-round exit to New York. Cunningham wasn't satisfied with just reaching the postseason 1 year after the worst campaign in franchise history. He understands the goal is a championship, so he returned to work. Cade rewatched the entire playoff series and the final 28 games of the regular season, taking notes on where he could increase efficiency without sacrificing aggression. Most 24-year-olds would have taken a vacation after pulling a franchise out of the mud. Cade grabbed the film and started analyzing. The numbers already told a powerful story. Last season, Cunningham earned his first All-Star nod, finishing 7th in the NBA in scoring at 26.1 points per game and 4th in assists at 9.1. In the playoffs, he nearly averaged a triple-double against the Knicks with 25 points, 8.7 assists, and 8.3 rebounds. But Cade focused on the cracks in his game. He shot just 17.9% from 3 in the postseason, going 0 for 3 in Game 4 and 0 for 8 in Game 6 from deep. He also averaged 5.3 turnovers. Instead of reinventing his training, he refined it, consulting with Hall of Famers, adjusting his shot selection, prioritizing three-point shooting, and reducing his mid-range volume. The results are visible everywhere. Detroit has evolved into one of the league's premier defensive units, and Cunningham has quietly played a major part. As a primary defender, he has held shooters to under 44% from the field. And when it comes to crunch time, this is where Cade has truly distinguished himself. He is now the favorite to win Clutch Player of the Year with plus 200 odds and an implied probability of 33%. He has already surpassed Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in the market. Think about that for a moment. He is outperforming the reigning league MVP in high-pressure situations. As of January 9th, Cunningham has tallied 98 clutch points, second only to SGA, while shooting 50% from the field in those moments. His fourth-quarter dominance proves his mastery. He's reading defenses 2 steps ahead, dictating the tempo and turning chaos into choreography.
Cade keeps the basketball, lobs to Jalen Duren! What a jam! First of all, what a...
He scans the floor instead of speeding up, opting to reset rather than force the issue. His field goal efficiency in the fourth quarter has jumped 7% since last season. His turnovers have dropped, and he is sealing victories with the steadiness of a veteran. Detroit has finally found its closer. That sense of calm has rippled through the entire roster. The spacing is more precise. The rolling lanes are open. Duncan Robinson is locating clean shots. Tobias Harris and Oscar Thompson are capitalizing when the defense collapses. Jalen Duren is receiving easier passes in the paint. Even the reserves are benefiting from the rhythm Cade dictates. For the Pistons, this is what authentic development looks like. It is high-level talent supported by a solid structure. It is an identity that remains stable when the game gets stressful. When the clock winds down, everyone in the arena understands who is in command. And that is exactly why the league has stopped being skeptical. They are taking notice. Cade Cunningham is doing more than just having a strong year. He is confirming that everything the scouts identified in 2021 was the truth. It just needed time and the right situation to break through. The Pistons' reconstruction wasn't a failure that Cade simply survived. It was the groundwork for the player he is becoming. 3 years of losses, the injuries, the 28-game skid, all of it instilled something in him that cannot be taught. And if you think the Eastern Conference wasn't watching, they certainly are now, because the Pistons aren't a cute underdog story anymore. They aren't the feel-good project that is fun to support. They are a threat, a genuine one, the type of squad that can end your year in the playoffs. Let me know your take. Is Cade Cunningham already a legitimate threat for MVP, or does Detroit need to prove a bit more before that debate becomes real? If you believe in the path the Pistons are on, leave a like, boost the video, subscribe, and tell me how deep you think this team can actually go. And if you enjoyed this content, make sure to check out one of these videos on your screen.